There are some glaring signs that a relationship is not good for you, like when someone is violently abusive. But when it comes to whether a relationship is toxic, things get a little murkier. Here are some key things to watch out for that will help you figure out if you're in a healthy relationship and what to do if you think you're not. Number 1. How you handle screw-ups. In a healthy relationship, you can apologize when you put off a date for work, and they can do the same when they forget to take out the trash again. In a toxic relationship, one of you would rather move to Siberia than actually say, "I'm sorry." Everyone makes mistakes in their relationships, but the most important thing is to be able to admit it after the fact. Some people have trouble apologizing because it can make them feel vulnerable. It can also make them feel like they're flawed in some deep, dark way. So they'd rather avoid it altogether by pretending they've done nothing wrong. In a healthy relationship, you can open up, admit that you made a mistake, and trust that your partner will still love you. Number 2. What you emphasize about your partner. In a healthy relationship, you mostly tell each other things that make you happy about the relationship, with a few complaints or requests for change, because that's totally normal. In a toxic relationship, you're more about venting your frustrations and your general status quo to each other than talking about what either of you is doing right. What you each focus on is a big part of creating a blissful connection. In a happy relationship, both partners acknowledge and communicate what the other does to please them. Stop selfishness from ruining your relationship. In toxic cases, they only talk about what disappointed them and often communicate about these issues in a critical and accusatory way. Number 3. How often you employ the silent treatment. In a healthy relationship, even if one of you is angry with the other, you still think about their feelings and don't want to cause them unnecessary pain by ignoring them. In a toxic relationship, one person completely freezes after another's argument. In addition to being a tactic best left to high schoolers, the silent treatment is a symptom of emotional manipulation. The person left behind does not know what is going on or if their partner is still interested in being with them. Going off the grid, whether verbally or outright disappearing for a day after an argument, is a way to create emotional instability in a relationship. People in healthy relationships avoid causing themselves this kind of pain, even if they want to say it. Number 4. Whether you're both truly dependable. In a healthy relationship, when your partner says he's going to do something, you know he's going to follow through. In a toxic relationship, you're never quite sure if he'll keep his promises or if it's all a sham. This is all about feeling emotionally safe. In healthy relationships, you have a foundation of trust, stability, and security. With toxic ones, you usually have to deal with an underlying level of anxiety because you never know if your partner will show up, either emotionally or physically. It's even worse when they actively do things you hope will change, like spilling too many details about your finances to your family. If they always promise to do a 180 but never actually do, you'll feel like you can't trust them. Number 5. How many little fights turn into huge blowouts? In a healthy relationship, you can agree to disagree that Breaking Bad is the best show of all time. In a toxic relationship, a minor difference of opinion often turns into a full-blown argument. It can be hard for people to recognize that having different opinions doesn't mean someone is right or wrong. This tendency to let small problems get out of hand is also rooted in the fact that emotional bitterness is a hallmark of toxic relationships. We often see deep resentment and criticism in toxic relationships. When combined, they can make people push petty disagreements out of proportion. Number 6. Whether you can each handle being on your own. In a healthy relationship, you regularly meet friends at the movies and your partner has his own solo activities. In a toxic relationship, you two are the human embodiment of Velcro and can't stand being apart. Codependency can feel flattering, like a sign that things are going so smoothly that you hate being apart. In fact, always being together is probably based on some form of insecurity. Codependency can occur because one person is afraid of being alone or as a form of control, because one person always expects the other to be with them. People in healthy relationships know that cultivating your own hobbies, friendships, and interests will actually improve your bond. Number 7. How comfortable you feel being open. In a healthy relationship, you both feel like you can discuss pretty much anything, even if it's the fact that you ran into your ex or got hit on while you're out with friends. In a toxic relationship, you find yourself hiding seemingly innocuous things from them, like talking to a friend they're not a big fan of. When your partner is overreacting to things they should be, then you may instinctively start walking on shells around them in a way that looks like you're being considerate on their faces. It can be a subtle sign that you are afraid of upsetting your partner. As we wrap up this eye-opening journey into the dynamics of toxic and healthy relationships, we hope you gained valuable insights into the importance of nurturing a positive and loving connection with those who matter most. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on trust, communication, respect, and mutual growth. If you found this video informative and helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that empowers and inspires. Let's all strive for the love and connections we deserve. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, take care, stay mindful, and prioritize your well-being.